thank you so much for having me into your home.
Thank you so much for coming.
Well, I really appreciate the opportunity to come and see the space. Now, I know that you sleep in this space.
Yes, I do sleep in here.
Okay.
I do. It's my bedroom.
Sorry?
It's my bedroom now.
This is your bedroom?
Yeah.
And is that a means of feeling closer to
Yeah, it makes me
Mandy?
feel close to him. It just makes me feel, I don't know, somehow connected if I'm in his room. I feel more calmer when I'm in his room.
Okay.
It's like if I can't sleep, it's okay because I'm still in his room. If I feel like I have anxiety if I'm like not in his room. Like it's just weird.
Feel closer to him.
Yeah, I feel closer.
It has very good energy, the space.
Okay,
I have to say that. Like,
okay, thank you.
You know, I love to see his photo here, and I can tell that a lot of it's untouched.
Yeah, his stuff is still here, like his clothes that he, put neatly on his bed. They're still like right here. They're under my pillow. I try to sleep with them every night, and they're there, and just it's just part of my thing now.
So I think for me being here, my main goal would be to help create this, turn this into a healing space for you.
Yes.
So I really want to make sure that we're honoring him and his memory, but I think it would be great if we could make this Satnam space as well. So I would love to know from you what are some of the most important elements of the space that we absolutely need to keep, and if there's anything that maybe isn't serving a purpose for you anymore, that we can find, maybe rehome those items, just so we make sure we narrow in and focus on all of the things that best highlight him and best heal you.
So his passion, obviously, for computers and gaming, he built like 2, computer hard drives by himself. I would love to keep all this.
Okay.
And also this desk, we actually went to IKEA, Mandeep and I, and we picked it up, and it was a struggle.
Okay.
Me and him, he's a little skinny thing, and he's like, oh, it's not going to be heavy, Mama. We get there, it's like super heavy. And then we get home, we lug it upstairs, and then it's like a thing, right? IKEA stuff is not easy to build.
Right.
Right? And it's like, it was a mission.
Okay.
And we were both huffing and puffing, and when he got it done, we were like so happy. I'm like, okay, the computer is set up, your desk is set up, and your bed is set up, and now, Belle is here, they'll set you up, and you can start gaming, doing whatever computer stuff that you do. And, I would love to keep the desk.
Okay.
But I would like to, like, maybe you could change the color. I don't know if you can.
Okay.
I don't really want to get rid of it if
Okay.
I don't absolutely have to.
Okay.
Like, I mean, if you were to cut this part out and make it straight so that there's more space, I don't know if you can work your magic and do
Okay.
that. That way, maybe I'll have more space, but ideally, if I could have shelves to put all his books and put all these things at the top, maybe.
Yeah, I
like to
feel
do
like
that. It's a lot of clutter. It's just.
I think it's not so much that it's clutter. I think that there's an opportunity to really curate the pieces that are the most important,
Yeah,
and have it so that you can really enjoy them.
I just have it here, and I wake up in the middle of the night, and he's right there, looking at me. You know what I mean? It's just like it's there, but it's just here. Everything.
So talk to me about the wall hangings.
The wall hangings, they're my son's.
Okay.
So Mandeep had these wall hangings already.
Okay.
So this he got for me from my bedroom, so that when Austin came over, because it glows in the dark, so when he would come over, he would sleep over, and then I had it around my bed.
Right.
So then he would come in, and he would sleep on my bed, and it was a thing. So now that Mandeep has passed away, so the whole challenge is when these two come over, we all sleep on this bed. So the thing is, the bed is not big enough for the three of us.
Sure.
It really isn't, but we squish in there and we sleep in here, like the three of us. And I usually tell them to go sleep in my room and my partner to go sleep on the couch, but they're like, no, that's the whole purpose. We want to sleep in the room with you too, or, Mandeep's room. It's like a thing that we do together when they do come over.
Right.
And they're sleeping over. We sleep on the bed together. We stuff ourselves in here, and Austin gets most of the room because he's like...
Right.
We're like, I'm on the corner somewhere. My daughter's here. And we wake up. We're like, oh, our back hurts. He took up all the room. But
right.
This is what we do.
So it's really important then, obviously, to maintain the bed and the comfort of the bed.
Yes.
And you would say you'd like to keep
I don't
the
have to
overhead
keep
netting?
this, but we did have it. Like, I just moved it from that room to this room so that Austin would be more comfortable too. Because when he comes, it's kind of nice. We just lie here. We talk about Mandeep and then, the stars. It's like a thing. It doesn't have to be, but it's like it is here. Because he got it for me.
The wall hangings, he chose them for the space. Is there significance to them?
I don't know. He liked them. I think it's the moon, the sun, and the stars. It's what he was connecting with, my son. So it's like, it's like his thing. I don't know where I would put them and how I would display them. I don't know. That's your thing. I don't know.
Yeah, if they're important and you'd like them included, I think there's definitely some creative ways that we can address them in the space, for sure.
One of my partner's friends, she took pictures and then she made, they're all here, those.
Oh, beautiful.
So they're all here, so she made pictures and T-shirts.
And that's Mandeep.
And then I just wear them. I would have changed, but then I had the camera stuff. I come home and I change into one every day. And I even wear them out, to be honest. I don't really mind wearing them. I wear them everywhere. I wear them under my work clothes.
Well, keeping him close to you, right?
Yes, exactly. So, yeah. Today I didn't wear it, and I was like, oh, my God, I didn't wear it, the T-shirt. I'm like, I should have wore it. I just felt like I was naked. It was weird. It was a weird feeling. But I was like, okay, let me try not wearing it. But I'm like, no, I need it. I felt cold the whole day. I was so cold.
Oh, is that
and they're like, why are you so cold today? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just so cold. I'm like, yeah, it was just weird. I never go without it to work.
Really?
But I did. I was like, okay, I'm not going to wear it today.
I love that. Keep it really.
Yeah,
it's
I
like
do.
a hug.
Do. Yeah, I always
wrapping
wear it.
his arms around you. And you mentioned his photograph here.
Yes.
You like having it on this wall because you said that when you wake up you look over.
Yeah, I have it
here,
here, but I don't know where you would put it. Like.
Okay.
But yeah.
I definitely think that that's something that needs a moment in the space to really help honor him.
So, but yeah. I mean, ideally, if I had space, I would get a bunk bed.
Okay.
But not get, because this mattress I got for him new. When he came back from rehab, I had purchased this. I made like a zenful place for him. And, I cleaned up, got him new bedding, sheets, everything, and a new mattress so that he would have a good, clean space to come back to. But, it only lasted so long.
In terms of transforming this space to really become a healing space for you, what do you want? What can I give you that can help make
I
this
think this
space?
is a healing place for my daughter and for Austin too.
Okay.
Because they come in here, as soon as they come home to my place, they come in here and they just come put all their stuff here.
Okay.
This is like...
So they're still very connected to the
before
room.
it used to be my bedroom. They would come, they would put everything in his room. But now because I'm in here, they all come in here and they put everything in here and then, they shower, they put their clothes here, like we all sleep in here. So it's like... This is kind of our space in a way. And then hence why I have all of the toys that Austin plays with. They're actually Mandeep's toys when he was a baby. Oh, so I took it all out of the boxes for him and then I put it and I told him you cannot, I only let him take like a few. He's like, but can I take one home? I'm just so like, no, you can't take it home. But I did give him like one or two.
Sure.
And then, but yeah, so we keep it here. And when he comes home, like when he comes over, I just take them out for him. And he plays with them. And now he knows not to ask. And then he just puts it back. He still eyes a few things over here and there. And he's like, but Grandma, what about his computer? I'm like, well, one day I'll let you use it, but not right now.
Now, Satnam, I noticed that you've got a cabinet here with, is it your clothes and
It's actually
Mandeep's
Mandeep's cabinet. It was actually inside the closet.
Oh, okay.
I just took it out because I had way too much stuff because I put my clothes in there and I donated a lot of his stuff, so I pulled it out so that I could kind of put some of his books and then reorganize it so some of my clothes go in there.
Got it.
It's not really well done, but it is what it is for now.
So this is a piece that could potentially
It's a piece since they were little. Like, since he was little, it's okay if it goes. Like, I'm not really... It was pretty broken anyways, and I was trying to get him to, like, let's get you something else. And he was like, no, I don't care. He didn't want the mattress. He didn't want anything, basically. So... It's okay if this piece goes. Like, I'm not really... It's okay if this goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the clothes that are in it, those are items that you'd like to hold on to?
Yeah, they're items that are mine and they're items that are his. The bottom shelves are like the 4 bottom shelves are his items.
Okay.
His clothing and stuff. And then the top are just my stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Now, beyond the cabinet, I noticed the balcony that you have there.
Yeah.
That's a space that you spend a lot of time. I see that you've got a bench out there.
Yes.
You use that as an extension of the room.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that's the spot where he left us from. So, and before he passed away, a few months before, he would say, "Oh, why are you sitting inside? Go sit outside. Go do something else. It's so nice out," you know. And I really didn't think about it until after he passed away, and I was just sitting on the couch, and I thought, he did say that I should go outside. I should do something.
Spend time there.
Yeah. So I started spending time there.
And you journal. You mentioned you do.
Yeah, I do a lot of journals. I have like journals down there and I have journals up there. I carry a journal everywhere I go. So if I feel something, I'm like, oh my God, let me get my journal out and start writing.
That's amazing.
It's like just get rid of the thoughts or the
Cathartic
feelings or just, and then, you know, they're there, they're safe, and then I can read them and think, oh, how silly was I, you know. And I do that sometimes. I have journals that I read back from way back and I'm like, wow, I can't believe I was thinking this or feeling this way. But yeah.
Did he journal at all?
I did get him journals, and he did journal, and I do have a lot.
Those?
I have a lot of his journals, and I
that's
go
lovely.
through them too. And then I was going through them yesterday, and I was like, oh God, you know, just reminiscing, reading all his stuff, which I got him a lot of journals to journal because I figured he had stuff that he wanted to say, but he didn't want to say it to me. So I figured if he writes down stuff, then it
gives
might,
him an outlet.
yeah, it
to
might
express
help him
himself.
as well. But I
Sure.
didn't know if he did it or not, but apparently he did.
He did.
He did.
Oh,
He-
it's beautiful that you have those.
Yeah, I have them, so I read them from time to time. It's just
Okay.
that it's like I have to go up there and get them, and then I figured if I had shelves, then
Making
I could.
those items more accessible.
Yeah,
for
and then I
you.
could just read them. It's just my reading stuff. I could just get it and read it and put it back.
So, how would you feel if maybe I helped you, if you would allow me to,
No, I
to
would love
gather
that.
some of those pieces, the most special pieces, just so
Yeah.
I know how much space we'll need, that we can really curate them. Like, what I think I would love to be able to do for you is have everything easily accessible
Okay.
and visible so that you really have a way of honoring him and using the space as a reminder of his beautiful life.
No, I
right?
think that sounds really beautiful.
Okay, so
Because-
I would love to be able to
Yeah.
display the journals. The photograph that you have of him here absolutely needs to be prominent and really, I think, is a main feature piece
Okay.
for
I
the
think
space. So
that's great.
So happy to be able to help with this project. I watch your work on TV.
All the time.
oh my gosh, you're so sweet.
And when Donna said you were coming, I was like, what?
Oh, you're so sweet. Well, listen, like, there was no question whether I was going to be involved
you.
with this.
Thank you.
It's a heavy project, but at the
is.
same time, I feel very honored to be
you.
here. I really do. And like I said,
The energy is beautiful in the space, and your energy is just beautiful. So it means a lot to be able to help.
even in the smallest of ways, I don't know how much I can do for you, but anything I can do, I want to be able
Thank you.
to try my best. So I think, like, just looking at his picture, we'll make this something that he'll be proud of.
Thank you.
Truly. And I really do, I mean it when I say I want this a space that can be a place where you can come to heal. And that's not going to happen from just some new accessories in a new room. It's going to take time. But I feel like if you have a place to spend that time that can help in even the smallest of ways, then that's what I want to
Thank
help
you.
with.
Thank you. It just makes me feel really relaxed and calm, and
Right.
I feel like he's
Do you want to get the light back on? You
he's
have the
like
light on now, okay.
he's like listening almost. He's like,
Right.
oh, you know, you're back, and you know, it's.
Do you feel his presence? Like, do you feel like he's with you still?
I feel like he's passed on.
Okay.
For real.
Yeah.
But I feel like whenever I'm in here, I feel like he's so happy that I'm in here. Like,
Okay.
I don't get this feeling where he's like, what is she doing in here? I feel like he's happy. You know? It's hard to explain.
Well, I understand. I really do. Because I'm sure in a lot of ways, like, I'm very much a believer that even when people pass,
Yeah.
we're still connected to them. You can't break that. Like it's you can never break that connection. And regardless of what you believe in and how you believe, I think that even if it's just inside you, it doesn't have to be external, inside you, like that connection is always there, cannot be broken, and this room connects you that much further and deeper.
It does. Like, even if I go somewhere, like, I could just talk to him, and I'll just get, like, if I'm thinking about him. The other day I was driving, and I was just really sad, and I was just thinking about him, and right in front of like, in front of my car, there was a car on the license plate. Out of nowhere, it just says letter M.
I'm such a believer in signs.
And I looked
really
at that,
am.
and I'm like,
such a believer.
are you serious right now? There's a letter M on the license plate, and that means he's with me.
He's there.
He's like,
he's sending you a message.
Yeah, he's sending me a message. Like, I'm right there. Like, why are you stressing out? I didn't go anywhere, and I saw that M, and I was like, oh, so he is here, because he's the only one that ever sits in my car in the front.
Okay.
So, because I used to drop him to work, take him for his haircut. My daughter has her own car.
Right.
And, yeah, he always would sit in the front seat.
That's him letting you know he's okay?
Yeah, and it's like, now, I mean, he's not there. But then I was just thinking about it, you know, and it was a car with a letter M in front of me. I was like, wow.
And do you see a lot of signs like that?
I had been starting to see it more.
I feel like when you look, when you're
I wasn't
aware
really looking.
of it,
I was just
then
like,
you start to see
I was
them.
just crying a lot. Oh, you know, how come he never comes to my dream and stuff like that. I did meditate one day, but then when I was meditating, I was fine, and then all of a sudden I started to see, like, I had my eyes closed for the whole 2 hours meditating, and I saw flashes of him when he was born, when he was small, and, you know, as he was growing, and I was, like, crying and meditating, but I could see, like, different phases of his life, but I'm scared to do it. Like, I feel like I'm going to see it again. It's just, it's
a lot of emotion to
It's
carry.
so overwhelming.
Sure.
It's just, I'm happy to see it, but then I'm just so overwhelmed.
Right.
And then it just sets me back, and then I'm like, no, I'll do it when my core is better, you know, centered, and then I'll do it. But yeah, I see it. I can see the signs now. Like, slowly by slowly, little by little, I see if I say something, I just look for it, and it's like right there. The day everyone left, I came into the bed to sleep, and then I saw the sun set so beautifully, so I thought, oh, let me go back out and take a video and send it to my daughter. So I took the video, and just the sun setting, and just about, like, the whole sky. And at the end of the video, I saw this face in the cloud, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, what is that? And I zoomed into it. I kid you not, it was a, like, side posture of my son's face at his grade 8 graduation. With his mohawk, and I was like, I know this face, this is Mandeep. And I came back home, and came back in the room. I tried to look for his picture. I couldn't find it. And then the next day, I'm like, okay, I woke up, I'm like, I'm gonna look for the picture. I put it side by side, and I looked at it. I was like, it's him.
Exactly him.
Because they just left, and then I was like, really at peace. It was just so peaceful. It was like such a healing. It was so healing for me that day when everyone came, Dan, Jeff, Tracy, Donna, they were all here, and it was just, it was so easy for me to just speak about everything because it was just so real, and I just felt like it was a therapy session for me, in a way.
Cathartic,
yeah. It was just so nice, and then when I saw his picture, I was like, wow, he was here. He was actually here. He was probably like, wow, this is amazing. My crazy mother, look what she's doing, you know.
Oh, I'm sure
she's talking about it.
A kick out of it.
Yeah, because before he passed away, a few weeks before, we had this talk because he had relapsed, and he said, if anything happens to me, I don't want you to stay here. Because his boss's son passed away with a motorcycle accident 10 years ago.
Okay.
And they still live in the house. He's like, if anything happens to me, I don't want you to live here. I said, Mandeep, you're crazy. Nothing is going to happen to you. If I die, you guys don't have to stay here. You go. You be free. I said, but I'm not moving. Nothing is going to happen to you. Stop saying that. Why are we talking about that right now? And I changed the whole conversation. Little that I knew that he was, in his mind, he had planned everything, kind of. And he was just trying to tell me, don't stay here. I'm going to, you know, I didn't even pick up on that. I was just like, not even thinking that my son would do this in a million years, that he would do this. That he would pass before me, you know.
So why do you think he didn't want you to stay here?
I just think that he felt maybe it would be too painful for me to stay here. And
But then now the opposites happen that you
no,
you want to
I
be.
would never leave. When we
Right.
moved here, because we have moved so much in my life
Right.
with the kids, when we moved to this place, I told everyone, I said, this is my final destination. I'm not moving. When I move, it's going to be because you guys are carrying me out and I'm dead. I'm not moving from here. I'm staying here because I'm sick of moving. I'm sick of packing. I'm sick of doing everything. And, you know, and now I'm not moving. Purely not because of that, but because I don't need to. Like, I
Right.
just
This
feel
is home.
so, it's my home. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I live here and he lived here. I just feel like, no, I can't move. I can't just get up and leave. Like, a lot of people, my family told me, you know, you should move. Like, how can he stay there? I would never stay here. You need to move. I'm like, no, it's my child.
Right.
I
And
can't
you've created
just,
beautiful memories
no,
here.
I would
and
not
those are
leave.
important to
I'm
hold
not-
on to.
No, I'm not leaving. I'm going to stay here. It's okay, you know, he lived here. You know, I can't. It's just...
As long as you are comfortable with, I think my biggest concern or my biggest focus is making sure that we maintain enough of him within the space, but truly, for how you're using the space, this also needs to be your space,
Yes.
ultimately. So as long as, and this is where you and I can work together, because I don't want to touch anything without having your input first,
Okay.
to make sure, because like the desk, simple things to someone else, I had no idea the memories and the
Yeah.
stories and storytelling that
Yeah.
a simple piece like a desk has. It's so much more than just a desk to
Yes.
you.
Yes.
So every single thing in the space, we'll make sure that we go through,
Okay.
and if there's nothing there that holds a memory and you're willing to let it go, I think it's also equally important to let go of some of those items and rehome them to create more space just for positive energy.
Okay.
I think that really we can work together. If you're
Okay.
willing to do that, I would love to
Yes.
help you do that.
Okay. I could try. I could try.
Okay.
I could try.
I'll try my best too.
Okay. I'll try.
So this is a sensitive project, and trust me, I don't feel as though I can fix anything or make any big changes simply with decor, but what I think I can do is help you create a space that is best for you to help heal. So I just want to make sure that you trust me moving forward with this project, and to know that obviously my best interests are your interests. So I want to make sure that we honor Mandeep's memory, but also honor you and your feelings and emotions and your memories of him.
Thank you.
So are you okay to move forward with me with
Yes,
this project?
I trust you.
Okay.
I trust
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you.
There's like a
specifically.
few shirts here that are like this one he wore at our wedding.
Okay.
That I would like to keep, like his, you know, he wore it at our wedding and he loved it. And there's a vest in here, a gray vest somewhere he wore that suit on our wedding day and he loved that suit. So
Okay.
we actually didn't buy a new suit for him. We cremated him in that suit. But while we were dressing him, I didn't want to give the inside, like the
vest, right.
I didn't give it. I kept it, and then I wore it. I'm like, I don't want to give it. So
Okay.
I have that here somewhere. And this is his weekend jacket, which he loves,
Oh.
and all his friends borrow. So this has to stay.
Okay.
Like, and then he bought all these blazers, and there's like these expensive jackets that he got because he's like, oh, you know, it's cold outside and whatever. Like, there's a few items that I probably won't part with, like his shirts and stuff. You know, maybe a few I could part with. Like, it's very hard to say because
Of
he
course.
wore a lot of this stuff and I wear it still. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I was just wearing this yesterday.
Okay.
You know, I was wearing it. I wear his stuff. I wear it all the time. Like, I wear his hoodies and things like that. I'm reusing it, and then when I'm like, okay, some of the stuff I gave away at his birthday. So I was like, okay, you know what? I did wear it, but now I'm okay to part with it. So then
Okay.
I parted with stuff. And there's stuff that's new in the 4 cabinets at the bottom
Yeah.
that I'm keeping so that I can give. I'm getting a lot of blankets.
Right.
And then I want to donate blankets on his 1 year,
Oh, that's lovely.
along with the clothes that he never wore, but he just got a lot of items.
Okay.
So I want to donate that stuff to the homeless. So,
Oh, that's lovely. That's beautiful.
yeah, I'm
in
going to
his
go do
memory.
that on the weekend, like the October, Thanksgiving weekend.
Okay.
I'll probably go do that. And then I'm sure when I'm doing that, I'll probably end up taking more items out, because once you start, you're like, oh, somebody else could wear it.
Of
and
course.
I'll end up doing that, because I gave, like, on his birthday, I gave 25 pairs of jeans and 25 tops
Okay.
and toothpaste, toothbrush, you name it. And I bought backpacks, and because he loves caps, so I bought new caps, new backpacks. And
He had a collection of caps?
yeah, he did. And
Are
some
those items that you'd like displayed?
I would like to keep those too.
Okay.
And then I gave some to his sister because she took some. But I gave all those to the homeless. So I'm pretty sure as the month creeps up, I'll probably end up giving more stuff, because it'll just, somebody else will wear it.
Now, some of the items, like the shirts that are here, are there any pieces that potentially you would feel okay giving to me to maybe repurpose them in some way to include them in the space?
I can.
Okay. You
Yeah,
can
I
maybe
will.
go through and
Yeah.
see what you're comfortable
Okay,
with,
yeah.
because I'd love to create something a little customized and special just
Okay.
for you, utilizing
Okay.
some of his pieces.
Okay, that would be great.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Okay.
I could take
absolutely.
some pieces out.
For sure, and
Yeah.
do it on your own time, like when you're
Okay.
comfortable. But
Okay.
if there's pieces that don't hold, like obviously we don't want to touch the shirt from your wedding. But
Yeah.
if there's some other pieces
Okay.
that we can just reimagine in a creative way,
Okay.
then I would love to do something
Okay,
a
no,
little
that
unique.
sounds great. I didn't
Okay.
even think of that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, no, good. Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of stuff. Honestly, I've been wearing almost everything. And the weekend concert is coming up.
Well, and I love that you talked about that his friends do his friends still borrow the
Well, one
jacket?
of them said, you know, if there's one thing that we would want this. I'm like, you know what? I can't give this
Yeah,
one.
no, not
because
to
I'm
give it
sure
away.
it's like, you know, it's like the weekend. Austin can use it, right?
Sure,
Because, you know, it'll
sure.
be vintage. Like, as Austin grows older, like right
Right.
now he listens to songs, but, you know, this is like, it could be a collector's item.
For sure.
So he has a lot of stuff from the weekend.
Okay.
One of my friends actually bought me a ticket to the weekend concert, but then we were in line and then it was canceled. I was like, ugh. But then they rebooked it, but because I'm short staffed, it's September 22nd. I don't think I can go.
Oh,
So
we
I'm
need
like,
to figure out a way
I'm like,
to make
I
that
won't
happen.
be able to go now.
Oh.
And she's like, but you really wanted to go
wear
for
the
your
jacket.
son. I know, I wanted to wear the jacket and
Yeah.
everything and go and say, hey, look, I went to your
Listen,
concert.
I'll fill in at work for you. I can't promise that I'll be good, but I'll go. If that's what it takes to get you to the concert, then I'll be there.
I'm gonna tell my boss.
Absolutely.
Like, Leigh Ann is gonna
Have
fill
very
in for
low
me.
expectations. Have no expectations of me stepping in to help, but I will fill in for you in a
No, I
heartbeat.
really wanted to go. I wanted to wear the jacket. I wanted
Yes.
to go. You know, because he loved the weekend. He honestly did, and I thought, "Ugh, I'm trying to get the staff ready so that I can actually go.
Well, let's figure out
Yeah.
how to make that happen.
Yeah, because I have the ticket.
So the room is project 1 and the weekend concert is project 2.
Yeah.
We're going to get them both.
Yeah,
Get
okay.
them both done for
Yeah.
sure. So yeah, go through
Okay, I
when
will.
you feel comfortable
Okay.
and let me know, and
Okay.
I'll come back and pick up pieces that
Okay.
that you feel okay with.
Okay.
Not saying goodbye to, but just if you feel okay, letting go of them in the form that they currently are,
Okay.
and that we can I can make them into
Okay.
something different.
Yeah, because I was thinking some of the shirts, if they could make it so they fit me.
Oh,
Because I wear shirts to work. Like, I could wear his shirts to work if they were actually custom made for me.
Wow,
Like, I don't know how
okay.
to sew. If I knew how to sew, I would have, like, been sewing his stuff up
Oh,
to
I
fit
love
me.
that
I thought
idea.
about that because he did wear his shirts. He loved
Yeah.
wearing shirts. You know, and that's- a lot of his pictures, he's wearing this shirt. Like, he's wearing a lot of shirts. It's
Okay.
just that they don't fit me. Kind of like it's a guy's shirt, right?
Right. Well,
But
listen,
if
I know a few fashion people.
you do.
So yeah, I happen to know
I'm
from
getting
this show
excited.
Cityline that
I'm
I
like,
work
oh
with.
my goodness,
that
yeah,
we might
no.
be able
If
to
you can,
make
that would be
something
so
happen.
nice. Because I could
Okay.
literally wear his shirts to work.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a great idea. Leave that with me.
Okay, then you're taking all his shirts. I'm literally going to give them all to you.
Yeah, okay.
Seriously.
I love
Yeah.
that. The most important question I have
Okay.
is, what do you want this space to feel like and look like, most importantly?
I just want a space where I can just preserve all his stuff, obviously, put it mounted up, and maybe have bookshelves where I could put all his books and all his journals, so if I want to ever read them, I could just quickly grab them. And, like, I would like to ideally keep these curtains that he has because he had them. And if I could get a bunk bed, I would. But I would love to keep this mattress because he slept on it.
Okay.
Only purely because Austin and my daughter come over and we squeeze ourselves into here.
Right.
But I mean, it's not like it's an absolute must. Like, it would be nice for him to, like, Austin to come and say, oh, I'm going to sleep at the top and you, mother and daughter, sleep at the bottom.
Right.
Or like, Mom, you go sleep at the top. I'm going to sleep with Grandma because I'm sure it's probably what would happen.
Okay.
But, other than that, like, just the closet, it's, just all his stuff to be maybe a little bit up higher.
Okay.
But it's still there. It doesn't go anywhere. And it's, just...
So let me ask this. Mm-hmm. What could I introduce into the space that would make it more of your space? Because a lot of your vision is around preserving, you said preserving and showcasing a lot of the memories. But what would make it a space that's not just his space anymore, but also your space?
I do have some, I don't know if you noticed, but they're moved because it was sunny, so I put them. I do have some magic stones and stuff.
Oh, you do? Okay.
That I put them here, but because it was sunny.
Oh, you collect crystals.
Yeah, and one of my friends that I used to work with, she got me a pendulum. And so I had that too.
Oh, I love the pendulums.
So I have a lot of and I've been told that when it's sunny and stuff, that it nice
charges the crystals.
Yeah, it charges the crystals. So, so I have a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, I love this.
I mean, if I could have a station ideally for these guys, it would be nice because they're like, sometimes they're there, sometimes they're here. It's like they don't really have a space.
Do you use these when you meditate?
I do use them. Sometimes I take them to work. It depends.
Okay.
Whichever one I notice, I'm like, oh, I'll take this to work.
Well, I've heard that
I do that
whatever
sometimes.
you gravitate towards in the day is what you need, like.
Yeah, so he
help
had
give the
this. He
energy.
had this in his wallet or in his pocket, and I have one in my wallet too. Mandeep did too. So I was surprised to find one in his wallet. I didn't even know he had one. Wow. So it's.
Do you know what that stone is?
I'm not sure actually.
But
I have one
to
too.
look that up.
So yeah, if I could have a space for these guys, would be nice.
Okay, amazing. Yeah, that's beautiful.
But now I just rotate them back and forth.
And colors, like, are there any? Because color can be so impactful.
Oh my
and
goodness!
powerful.
If you could color it, like he liked purple. Mandeep liked purple.
Like the shirt in the closet.
Yeah, like something light purple, lilac-y. I don't know.
Okay.
Because that was our wedding color, and from his journals, he said 2 most happiest days of his life was when we got married and when Austin was born.
Oh,
and he writes that in all his journals, like throughout his journals, he's written that. He said there was a moment when he was going to give up, but then, Austin was born, and it changed perspective, and he lasted another 6 years.
Wow.
Right? Austin will be 7 in November, so he pushed and pushed and pushed, my daughter had sent me a video last night of one of Austin's birthdays where Mandeep is just sitting there and Austin is opening his gifts and stuff and he's just watching him, just looking at him from afar, just watching, because that's how much he loved him. And then I know that every time he came over, he would just sit there with his phone and take videos of him and send it to his friends because his friends always say, we have so many videos of Austin with your mom. When he would come over, he would just take videos of him. Look at my nephew, look at my nephew.
He's a proud uncle.
Yeah, he was a proud uncle.
Wow.
Yeah, he was.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
So purple, lavender.
Yeah. Lavender is soothing, I think.
It is. It's such a healing color.
Yeah.
And very, like, mystical color. I think
as
it's
soon
very
as I
spiritual.
found out, it just purple, lavender just came to my mind. It's just like...
Okay, that's great information.
Yeah.
That's great information.
Okay. So Mandeep liked going to the park.
Okay.
Where there were a lot of big, tall trees and stuff like that. And lately I've been thinking, when we did his cemetery spot, we made sure that we found, because big, tall tree kept coming in our mind.
Okay.
So we made sure that his spot was right behind, like a big, tall tree.
Beautiful.
So I was just thinking that if you could draw a tree on the wall, a big, tall tree, it's sort of like...
I love that.
It's like a tree, and it's almost like it's weird, but when I go to the cemetery, I always think, oh, Mandeep maybe is a tall tree. Just, I don't know, I just feel like he is.
I love
for
that.
whatever reason. So yeah, that was another thing.
That's a great idea.
I
We
don't know if
definitely
you
need
can.
to incorporate that in some way.
Okay, okay,
Absolutely.
okay.
I love that idea.
Okay.
Love
So
that.